Hello. So I chose the strategy that is called the Rule of Five. Um, and it seems really simple, but it's actually really important. And through reading the chapter and conducting my own research, I determined that it is really significant and it's definitely important in oral language and writing as well. So the Rule of Five is basically just a rule that the teacher and the students have to talk in complete sentences of at least 5 words with every single interaction. So if the teacher asks a question, the student cannot just simply answer yes or no. The teacher at that point would be able to correct their student and ask them to please explain their reasoning or just use a complete sentence. This is really important because studies have shown that just by having them speak like this, it not only helps their communication skills and that oral language, but it also helps their writing because once they start talking in those sentences, they will start writing it too, because a common rule that teachers use is they say write how you say it. So that's a really good strategy. So I did some research, and I'll leave the resource in my comment, but basically I just kind of made a list of the things I thought were really important that come from this too. So it helps build oral language skills, it helps ELL students, it builds listening skills, it enhances writing skills, it provides repetition, it helps students become more comfortable with public speaking, and it also just creates a nice community in the classroom because by having every student talk in these complete sentences, it's not going to put just one specific student on the spot. It will put everyone in the whole class has to do this, and the teacher has to do it too. That's what's also really cool, is that the teacher can also demonstrate just by simply talking in complete sentences all the time. And I think it could be really fun because if the student catches the teacher saying yes or no, they could correct the teacher as well and say, no, you need to use a complete sentence, like the teacher would do to the students. So one way to, there's like a lot of different ways to implement this into the classroom. That's what can be really cool about it, is that you can get creative with it, and it can just be a simple rule. I mean, you can write it on the board or make a sheet and constantly refer back to it, even in other subjects like history or math or science. It doesn't just have to be in reading. But also the book suggested that it would be a good idea to send this rule home with the students or communicate it to the parents so that they understand it too, and they can start working with their kid at home as well. So then when they come in the classroom, they're already using it at home, and that could be very helpful. When it came to actually researching this, when I just was trying to research Rule of Five, I didn't find a whole bunch. I had to go kind of deeper and just look up some statistics and research done on how important it is for students to to talk in complete sentences. I actually wasn't able to find one specific research on the actual Rule of Five, but luckily there is, just like the book says, there's copious amounts of research that's been done on how important it is for students to talk in complete sentences all the time, and how that will reflect in their writing pretty soon. Actually, after you start having them do that, it really does start to reflect in a lot of other aspects in the classroom too. This can, like I said before, this can really help too, even in math when when they are doing word problems and stuff. It will help them a lot with always using complete sentences, and they will start to understand that they have to explain it every single time. So it's just a really great way. A lot of the information that I did find online corresponded well with what I read in chapter 3 about this strategy. It was really pretty similar, talking about it's really good for building oral language, and then it transfers into their writing skills as well. Thanks.